So, if you've been on the internet recently, then you probably know, but in case you don't, Sega is delisting Yakuza 0 in favor of the Yakuza 0 Director's Cut version. Yakuza 0 is the best game in the series of Yakuza. It's so much fun, has a great story, and so many good plot devices, and the mystery of the empty lot has so much to uncover that when I played it, I was never bored even once. Even now, I replay it, and the combat is just so much fun. And the sub-stories, while kinda boring, do actually add a lot of replay value. And Yakuza 0 on Legend is truly a challenge. So yeah, with that opinion, I have some reservations considering the director's cut is undermining the original game, and I absolutely despise that. Especially since, look, overwhelmingly positive reviews on the original game. Now, why is this such a bad thing? Well, I feel the best way to describe that to you is to tell you about how actually bad this director's cut of Yakuza 0 actually is. And hopefully after I'm done, you'll understand my plight. But before I go into that, I want to talk about this first. A lot of people instantly blame publishers for issues such as how earlier I mentioned Sega is delisting Yakuza 0. And that's not untrue, and I'm not defending Sega at all here. I actually am throwing RGG into the blame here too, because at this point I just don't fucking trust them. And it's not surprising given the fact we've been given diminishing returns almost every single release since Yakuza 6. But of course, even for games like a Dragon Gaiden, people rate it overwhelmingly positive, yet this game, surprisingly, is a fucking dog turd, especially for $50, 5 chapters, 10 hours, and forced side content. So given these circumstances, and given how recently RGG just decides to delete comments of people talking about Remove Kagawa and criticism of the recasting, and the fact there's even this event for women to basically virtually marry goddamn video game characters, you can start to smell as problem because this reeks of shit pile. So I wouldn't put it past RGG to be completely in fucking line with Sega's decision of delisting the game. In fact, I kinda think it was their idea, given the fact the game's fucking $50 and it releases on the 8th, and not a single person will be able to upgrade Yakuza 0 for $15 discount anymore. It's a fucking cash grab, and if you deny it, that says something about you. So, something else I should mention while we're in this talk of the Yakuza 0 and Yakuza 0 Director's Cut is the fact that they also delisted the original Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza Kiwami 2, and if you look in your Steam library now, if you happen to have both of those games, they're called the Legacy versions in your Steam library. For people who already had the 3 games, they got Yakuza Kiwami 2's upgrade for complete free, while for some reason we're still made to pay for Yakuza Kiwami's upgrade as if it's even really an upgrade, because to be honest with you, both these games just add more languages, but yet we're expected to pay for that? I mean, at that point, just don't even fucking make it. Why are they even wasting their fucking resources on this when they could be making a new game? It's absolutely fucking nutty. These motherfuckers are just trying to scam everyone. First we had the fucking Yakuza 0 Director's Cut being $50. Now we have the Director's Cut version of Kiwami and Kiwami 2, which are also $20 each, which, by the way, they are the exact same game, aside from the more languages being supported. There's nothing different about them. There's no in-between here, especially given the only reason you'd ever need to play this is the new cutscenes, and even those are entirely half-baked and largely completely worthless because Yakuza 0 already had a great story and never needed new scenes to explain things we could have fucking concluded ourselves. If anything, some of the scenes just retcon previous knowledge. Spoiler warning. This review of the director's cut here points it out pretty clearly. I'll be showing the cutscenes here with my voiceover. When Majima is speaking with Makoto in the warehouse they're hiding in, she tells him how much her watch means to her, but that the chime it plays on the hour has been broken for some time and no longer plays. She takes off the watch, calling it a silly thing that she should probably grow up and let go of. Makoto, experiencing temporary blindness, doesn't see Majima quietly slip the watch into his jacket. You don't see or hear anything about the watch again until one of the game's closing scenes. When Makoto goes to the empty lot to leave flowers for her brother who died there, suddenly she hears the chime of the watch coming just beneath the dirt. She digs it up and finds it wrapped in a handkerchief, restored and playing the chime again. She sobs, clutching it, thanking Majima, who she never got to say goodbye to at the end of the game before he disappears from her life. It's such a surprise moment and a touching display of deep love and affection for someone that Majima knew he couldn't be with in the end, but wanted to show in some way how much he cared for. One of the new scenes ruins this by saying too much where nothing needed needed to be said at all. A random man approaches Majima in the street and tells him that one of the characters who died a pretty horrific and unquestionable death is actually not dead, and that he's also wondering what happened to Makoto's watch. Majima pulls it out and says that she deserves to hear it chime again, so he's going to fix it. This scene felt so unnecessary until he kills the quiet, unspoken tenderness of that near final scene. So yeah, honestly, I completely agree. I don't see the reason why they should have ever added something like that to the game. There was no point in that. It was already resolved in the original game. There was no need to say any of this. It's just worthless padding. That's literally what it is. It doesn't help that with this director's cut, their main selling point is the multiplayer, which is complete fucking dog shit. It's not a co-op like we'd hope for. It's straight up fucking boring. Not to mention that none of the characters in there except Kiryu and Majima feel fleshed out. It's half-assed garbage. And it's even worse given the fact that right before this thing released on PC, someone made a Yakuza 0 co-op mod which completely blows the shit out of the water. And just so we're clear, all they added was a few minor cutscenes that mean largely nothing, and a completely pointless multiplayer that you'll play at most 20 minutes and then get fucking bored and do something else, especially since you have to upgrade all the other characters to do anything, making it feel largely like a mobile game on top, which I guess, considering the fact that this stupid shit was made for the Switch 2, makes sense, but I think even Switch 2 players had better games to play than this. Even if I had a Switch 2, I wouldn't play this garbage. I'd buy the game for the game, not this dog shit of a multiplayer experience. So now let's talk about the delisting. This isn't the first time Sega's delisted a game. They did it with Sonic Generations for Sonic X Shadow Generations, which honestly was a pile of shit compared to what we have, but that's besides the point. At least Shadow X Sonic Generations is $20 versus a grand total of fucking $50 for Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, with most of the half-baked and minimal content added, and the fact the original game is $20 and it's the best title in the Yakuza series, it has no right to take the place of Yakuza 0. It's a dog shit re-release with no effort for $50. And if anyone is saying, well, they did try, no dude, they did fucking not. If they did, they would have listened to the community that's been talking about co-op mods for years, talking about co-op in Yakuza for years, and what the fuck did they do? Not a damn thing, that's what. This is a spit in the face to Yakuza fans, and a spit in the face to newcomers of the series too. But anyway, let's talk about what it actually does. Title features. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut features newly added cutscenes, online cooperative red light raid mode, English dub, and added text language support in French, Italian, German, Spanish, Latin American, Spanish, Brazilian, Portuguese, and Russian. The theme song Bubble, that was not included in the original Western release of Yakuza 0, has also been added. Now, honestly, it is good for the game to actually get more accessibility. Now, admittedly, I think the English dubs for Yakuza are pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the Japanese ones are just that much better. So there's basically no competition, but that doesn't mean this is a bad thing right here. This is fine. Upgrade offer. Those who get Yakuza 0 by December 8th may be able to upgrade Yakuza 0 Director's Cut for $15. A significant savings versus the $50. This discount is only applicable for Yakuza 0 to Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. The save data does not carry over between Yakuza 0 and Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, and that's a thing I have a problem with. No offense, but if you're going to make a game that's basically the exact same as the original game and you're not going to allow for save data transfers, that is just fucking stupid. Absolutely, there is no excuse for this. You should have that. If you're going to make it where people can upgrade, you should absolutely have that. It doesn't matter if they do or don't. It's about the principle. Changes to existing title and bundle. Yakuza 0 will no longer be available for purchases from December 8th, 8:30 a.m. PST. Those who get Yakuza 0 by 8:29 a.m. PST on December 8th can continue to download and play the title. Those who get Yakuza 0 by December 8th, 8 a.m. PST also may be able to upgrade to the Yakuza 0 Director's Cut for $15. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut will also replace Yakuza 0 in the Yakuza Complete Series bundle from December 8th. Now that's the part I actually had a problem with. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut will replace the Yakuza 0 in the Yakuza Complete Series bundle. See, this is the bad thing, because this probably means that in the Complete Series bundle, instead of them putting the game on sale for what it usually goes for now, what they're probably going to do is make it where it's $50 in the bundle, which means the bundle is basically completely useless, because that means you are paying $50 on top of that for the rest of the games in the bundle. Let's not forget that Yakuza 3 just never goes on sale in here, so that's another $20, so you're paying about $70 plus whatever else are the other games that you get. So bear in mind that this is a pretty shitty decision, especially when you gotta consider that at least the original Sonic Generations bundle didn't do that. It still has the original game, whereas this doesn't. Honest take, don't buy this pathetic piece of shit. It's 2 times the price of the predecessor for no reason other than fucking greed. And once again, no, I don't hate Yakuza. I just know we're being taken advantage of, and I will talk against it as well as fight against it. Luckily, all of us who already have the game won't lose it, so my advice, seriously, just don't buy this pathetic garbage. If you want to get this on PC at least, consider getting a key for the original game instead. Thank you for watching my rant about this garbage, and if you liked this video, please leave a like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.